So I would say priority number one, lots and lots of compassion.
I think everyone's really passionate about making a change in kids' lives, and we all really want to get every kid on track for college.
As educators, if we're going to continue to grow, we've also got to be learners.
She's there 8 to 5, she gets home, she doesn't have any homework, and they pay attention. The teachers are great.
I think a good teacher at this school would be one who's willing to innovate and is able to make some adjustments.
We communicate with each other, we work together, we really look out for the best interest of our students.
Teachers here need to have a real willingness to try new things and a real interest in bettering their practice as a teacher. I like when people describe the school as a laboratory school, because really what teachers here should be is willing to have their classroom door open, welcome people in to see what they're doing, go visit and see what other people are doing, and then make changes.
It's a school of diverse learners and, a small community, a little bit outside of Bakersfield, with a shared passion and a shared vision and really wanting to change education in the Central Valley. Why did she react this way and how might you react? Please do your best work. Someone's going to share in about 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
I believe that teaching at Paramount Bard Academy is about living in an intellectual community, and what that means. It means being challenged, it means being collaborative, it means being on pretty much all the time, it means spending a lot of time thinking about things, and that means thinking about others who are learning and about the things that you're teaching. So you have to have a foot in both places and keep both those feet moving the whole time.
We're looking for someone ready to come in with that willing for change and knowing that it's not always going to be easy, but the progress up the hill is well worth it. And that's kind of why I came over. I left a 10-year position. I left a public school for this.
And students have told me simple things like, in the 6 months I've been here, I've learned more here than I learned in my entire first 7 years of public schooling. I say, what does that mean? And they say, well, we really think about things, and we take time to really investigate an idea, and people really care. And they also say, people really believe I'm smart, and I'm beginning to think maybe I really am. That's a pretty exciting thing. And I think that's a culture of Paramount Bard Academy, is believing we're smart and testing that.
3, 1, 2, 3. George.
So it'll warm it, but it takes all the sunlight to warm this much. And at this school, there's not as many students in a classroom, so you're able to focus on each student individually, and you can assess exactly where each one is. I think that's an advantage we have. You're gonna end up with any kind of these difficulties with any student, but you're going to be able to handle them in a reasonable manner.
Teaching here is tremendously different from teaching in a public school. You have to have a higher level of commitment. You also have greater responsibilities. So like with great freedom in our classroom comes great responsibility for the teacher. And you have to sort of be a big picture thinker. You have to step back and say, okay, we're not where we need to be today, but what's the big picture and how are we going to get there tomorrow?
We have common preps where we can sit in conversations and I can say, this student is doing well in my class, and why is she getting an F in history? And then we can really work together to really pinpoint what it is. And so we're looking at, I guess, the whole student here.
We are trying to do something new here at the Paramount Bard Academy and the Masters in Teaching Partnership. To walk into this space and say, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm doing, with a sort of limited sense of your capacity, your role, your contract as a teacher, that will only limit you. But if you walk in here and say, how can I help?
If you are in Southern California, it does not matter. Teenagers just can't get this. I believe in you.
Where can I be of assistance? That is tremendous. So compassion, imagination, flexibility. Maybe you have to leave some old ideas of how you were taught outside and say, can you reteach me?
Wow, the lottery. When it was time for the lottery for my daughter was number 96.
Let me also say that at the end of the night, if your number is not called, it's not the end of the world.
And about 90, I was already crying because I could not see my daughter going to another school here in Delano.
I love that. I love walking into a grocery store and seeing a parent that I haven't seen for a while and shaking hands with them and asking how their kid's doing, and then I find out that they're off to college and that they're doing really well down in UCLA or something like that. This is one of those places that we welcome it all. We want to hear all the ideas and then put them all together to come up with something that's going to be really powerful for kids.